wake up, no sleeping, there's a dream to chase. Yo, what's up? Welcome back, everybody, to NXT with NaJee, a part of the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka The Whip Show, and also a part of BodySlam.net. That's right. We are back with episode 62. It is not a normal episode, even though we do have the old NXT showdown coming up this Tuesday, which I'm hype about. Yes, they did the renaming thing. We're not going to go into why. Politics, man. It'd be like that. But I'm super excited for it. It's TNA versus NXT. A lot to talk about there, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about an LFG talent, an LFG superstar. We're not just talking about him. He's actually joining the show. As you can see down here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Toothless Thunder or Toothless Wonder, whatever you would like to call him. He was a season 1 runner-up, and he already has his final spot locked in for season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the one, the only Thunder, Shiloh Hill. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? It's good to be back. I was just thinking this is my first ever podcast or interview or anything that we did last season. So I've done a couple more since then, but this will always hold a special place in my heart, man. So it's good to be back.
Heck yeah, brother. It's good to have you back, man. How you feeling? How's your day been today, brother? I know you probably had a busy day of training and whatnot.
Yeah, it's been good. We had a little training in the morning and a little lift and then some extra ring action. And I was just playing a little skate, I guess it is. But yeah, now excited to get on here.
Heck yeah, man. Well, look at us now. We're at season 2. You have the same kind of success. I think you're having even better success than what you had in season 1. You're going into the finals for the second time in a row. How you feeling this time around, man? How's that treating you? What's going through your mind?
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. Like the whole season, my mindset has been that I got to get back to the finals, right? Because if I didn't make it back to the finals, then it's like, well, you got worse from season 1, right? Yeah. So like, even though obviously all the contestants have been improving and everything, the whole time I was like, man, I got to get back to the finals. But now that I'm here, it's like, okay, it's go time now. Like really that whole body of work was just to get back here, and now it's kind of the moment to try to capitalize on it and make it all worth it. So obviously not knowing who my opponent is yet, that's an added layer of uncertainty, but really just trying to do my best to go out there and do what I can do.
Yeah, man, that's all you can do. But do you catch yourself having any doubts, especially with like the results of last season and getting right to where you are now, but coming up short? Like, do you ever find yourself being, doubtful?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that on one hand, yeah, like going to the finals last year and losing, it does remind you that can happen. Like I know exactly what it feels like to go there and not get chosen and not make it. But on the other, like, I'm the one in the competition who knows what that feels like, right? I know what it's like to go to the finals, and I know how bad it sucks to go there and lose. So I want to do everything in my power to make sure that doesn't happen again. And all season I've kind of been doing everything in my power to make sure that doesn't happen again. So that I think gives me a lot of confidence, and that just I know how bad it sucks to lose and how hard that's motivated me to work this season. So I'm hopeful that it will pay off.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of familiar faces around this season as well, man, and it's awesome to see you shining just like your coworkers are also shining. So like it's a big brotherhood inside of that locker room from what I've heard. I've had BJ on here a couple times now, and he always talks super highly about the locker room. What's that been like for you? Do you have anybody that's like like your actual real life tag team partner outside of the ring?
Yeah, throughout the season, I think I've gotten a lot closer to Anthony Luke. He was a guy that like looking back, we had our first match, the first guys match of the whole show was us and each other. And it's weird thinking back, like me at the start of season 1 was like as much time wrestling as like Elijah Holyfield is now. You know what I mean? So like it's crazy thinking like how kind of like early in our careers we all were then, and how much everyone throughout the whole show has improved. And I think that's a large part because there is such a good brotherhood that you talk about. Like there is a lot of guys that will like want to show up in extra ring and get some work, or like compete with each other, and it can be a really fun environment because we're competitive and we push each other, but we're also we spend so much time together that you get to know each other really, really well. And wrestling people is is a like probably you get to know people faster than you get to know people in any other scenario, because you're obviously competing and you're obviously like there's a lot of like physicality, but you're also as we've seen, like you're in a high stress environment in front of a ton of people together, so it really lets you kind of know who people are, and yeah, you get close real fast. So it's a cool community to be a part of.
Yeah, man, it's like it's got to be a big trust thing with you guys, right? Like obviously your lives are in each other's hands at all time.
Definitely.
And it's a lot of egos, man. It's a lot of different things that you think you know going into a match that you don't necessarily know. And I say that bringing up a moment that happened in season 2 where you know, you and another wrestler got into it a little bit by the name of Harlem Lewis. Now, in that match, I believe there was a slap on the back that kind of originally started the whole thing. What was going through your mind in that whole moment, if you can talk about that, if you want to share?
So I think like I don't know. So I think it was fun. I encourage anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about to go back and watch the match, because it was a match where there was definitely a lot of emotion and a lot that happened, and I think that can make for like a good match in some ways. And so we obviously got talked to after about the whole scenario and everything, and I think the important learning, like, and the important thing that we learned throughout the scenario is like to put on the best match, like you really have to toe the line in terms of what you're going to do and kind of how physical you're going to make things and how disrespectful you're going to get and things like that. And part of knowing where that line is and being able to toe it is maybe sometimes you cross that line. And when you cross that line, like, things can happen and things can get off the rails, but I think that's an important part of everyone's development is knowing where that line is for you and being able to toe it without necessarily crossing it. So yeah, as you mentioned, like both of us definitely crossed the line in that match several times.
I was there, brother. That was the thing that had me going crazy about it, is because sitting in the crowd, and this is just a different perspective, like sitting in the crowd, we seen it, and that I can still hear that smack just rent free in my head. And we were like, "Ooh, like, okay, that might have got him a little mad." And then once you guys got outside the ring and we saw everybody start jumping the barricade, because that's not something you see on camera. It was like BJ, Trill, like Anthony, Luke, every single damn near, like, everybody was jumping the barricade trying to break you guys up, because it went from like, okay, there's a couple stiff shots in here, to yo, they're swinging for real. So like, did you guys end up making up afterwards? You guys like sat down, broed it out? Like,
I think really what it came down to is like both of us, like I said, like we definitely got a lot of our emotion out in that in that moment, you know what I mean? And we're both like grown men. We know that sometimes things get heated, and I think that we're both the type of people, like, moving forward, we can be professional, and you know, sometimes that happens. I got a question for you. Because I was in a different seat than you were in that, but did you hear anything when we went to the back? Because what happened when we got to the back is like they were kind of like holding us apart and everything, and then everyone just kind of like dissipated once we got to the back, and then we had another clear shot, and we were like, all right, what's up? And then so we started going at it again. But,
man. So so like we didn't hear any of that because they were filming Booker and Taker and Bubba going at it about if that was okay. Like Booker was hype. Booker was like, let's go. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And Taker was like, they don't got it. Why are they doing this? So there was so much still going on even after you guys got back there. So seeing that extra footage of y'all go round 2 happening in the back was crazy. But because I sent you a text almost immediately, like after we got out of that tape, and was just like, "Yo, was that real?" And
we got a bunch of DMs like, "Yo, y'all need to chill out." Like all this, it was really fun.
Oh, it's great TV though. I mean, that turned out to be a fantastic moment, and it showed a lot with you and Harlem's.
And I mean, I will say this about Harlem, like I think props to him. Like both of us, I think understand, even though we definitely. Things got off the rails and it wasn't necessarily what you want to be doing in every match. Both of us were like, well, shit, it was probably really fun to watch. You know what I mean? And then I think by the end of it, both of us were a little cut up and everything. And but I mean, It was one of my favorite matches to watch back of the season. I'll say that.
Yeah,
So
it was a growth moment. Great
yeah,
growth moment for both of you.
definitely.
It's amazing, amazing. All right, so now it's season 2. You're one of the few participants in here who are lucky enough to get the same coach second time around. Like, look at this photo right here. Man, you can
What
just
a
see the
squad!
excitement in your face. You can just see the excitement in your face. But how does it feel to have him there again? Like, is it the same? Is it the same kind of like overwhelming feeling of just him being like, because he's the Undertaker, man? It's
Yeah.
but like, how does it just feel to have him back a second time around?
Yeah, I think that the big difference this season is I think his standards for me are a lot higher in terms of he really wants to see me apply those things that he's talking about. And I mean, we've seen moments where like he's been really pleased about me like applying what he's been teaching, and moments when he's been not pleased about me not applying this stuff. And so there's definitely been more of that feeling of like, okay, so he's had basically a year to like kind of communicate to me what he's looking for, and now he really wants to see it. The other thing is for me, my perspective is like I season 1 flew by, and I was like, dang, like I after season 1, I wasn't sure if I was going to get another shot. I wasn't sure if I was going to be on season 2, anything like that. And I was like, man, like that was the coolest opportunity ever, and I feel like I learned so much, but it flew by. And now like there's so much more I wish I would have known. I wish I would have asked. So season 2, I really have been trying to take every opportunity to learn from him. So like even if I'm not booked, I'll go in, and when he's working with the girls and putting together their match, like be able to just sit and kind of listen to the changes that he makes, and just his eye for the business and what the fans want to see and everything is so valuable. So I've been really, really trying to take advantage of that. And then obviously too, like just gotten to know him better, and gotten to like talk to him and talk with him just about other stuff, and like he's just a cool guy. So it's fun to kind of like, it's fun too. Like sometimes me and Bo will be talking, like we'll kind of all be in a group, and then like he'll like leave or whatever. Or like it's so weird, like because he really feels like he's like our age too when we're talking to him. Like he feels very like young.
You guys
and,
are
like,
changing him, man. You're
yeah,
you're giving him his
yeah.
youth back.
No, maybe, yeah, but he's just a cool guy to like sit and talk with, and yeah, he's got some really great stories, I'm sure, as you can imagine.
That's
too,
awesome, brother. Are there any other legends that you're running into now that you could really find yourself like confiding in or have a good
Yeah,
relationship with?
so right now for my class, I'm in Fit Finley's class too. So he's like got a great sense of humor, and he's funny. He'll send us like funny like videos and stuff to our like class group chat and everything. And I mean the PC is full of legends, as you know, and it's weird like sometimes it's weird, like you forget, and then you think back about like it's kind of like if you were like an artist, right? And you were just like having trouble with your painting, and then you're like, oh, why don't I call Picasso and like ask him?
I
You know
got
what I
you,
mean? Yeah, like literally, and you're like,
baby blue.
right, exactly. Like we literally have access to the best of the best to do it. So, yeah, the PC is just a phenomenal place to be an aspiring wrestler.
That's amazing, bro. Well, dude, that's crazy. That's you guys are so blessed to have all of those different sources and resources to be able to reach out to, and then all these people seeing the same thing in you that we see in you has to be a great feeling too. But we're gonna do something at the end of this episode here. I asked yesterday on the old Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We asked for some fan questions, but before we get to the fan questions, there was one specific topic that I was asked by my co-friend at Body Slam.
Okay.
J-Star to ask you about. Now, last season we talked, you had the Beast. I know the Beast is still around. Hope the Beast is doing well.
Yeah, things in the background.
The second time around now, there's this Shoeman that you got going on. Now, I know there's certain things you can and can't talk about when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But what can you share with the people who aren't too hip as to what's going on your YouTube channel?
That's a great question that I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about. So I in my social media and kind of like personal life, I do a lot of videos on cybersecurity and AI, and one topic that always kind of excites people is the dark web and everything. And so I usually, when I do make videos about the dark web and different forums and stuff on there, and I always tell people to, if they find any weird sites, like send them to me so I can make videos about them. And I had stumbled across this one called the Shoeman, which was like a used shoe marketplace, or seemingly so, and they kind of had some mysterious looking shoes on the marketplace, and I posted a video about it because it was just rubbing me the wrong way, the way they were like priced, and the names of the shoes were all names of people, and it was a very bizarre scenario. And I posted a video about it, and everyone was like, you gotta buy some, or you gotta like see what this is all about. So I went to buy some, and weirdly it was available only for like a rental period, so I like had to select like a rental duration. I ordered some, and then I did actually get mailed the shoes, and they were really gross looking, and they had like a VHS tape in them. And the VHS tape basically had like a bunch of weird like horror visuals and everything, and then some instructions to basically like record stuff with the shoes and send it back to the Shoeman, or else like the Shoeman would hunt you down. And yeah, as you mentioned, the whole series and everything kind of went off the rails very quickly in terms of like I had people contacting the police on my behalf, like, hey, this guy might be in trouble, all this stuff. And I actually, it's funny, I've gotten a ton of inquiries of like, oh, is this like a thing for your WWE character? And it's not. and I've been trying to like tell people that. And yeah, so a lot of people are like, oh, this has like WWE fingerprints all over this. And I'm like, I don't think WWE does like storylines that are like this. In
you found a tracker in the shoe, right?
Yeah, so one of the shoes had like a tracker in the heel. And I've been since then I've been mailed like several more shoes and everything. And I actually because of people now looking into it and everything, I can't get into like a ton of details about why I have to stop the series and everything. But again, like I'll just say this: I wind up doing a lot of stuff on social media, and sometimes the series don't wind up going as I plan.
Yeah, man, that one was crazy. I'm happy you're safe, happy you're good. But yo, I'm not gonna lie, when I was doing some research on those videos, there's some genuine fear in my heart. Bro. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been people who have gone like, there's been communities on Reddit and like in my Discord and stuff, of people who have done like a lot of research and everything into trying to figure out what's going on here. And I genuinely don't know if it's just like some creepy person playing a prank, or if it's actually like a really, really bad thing. I don't know, but fortunately I think it's in the hands now of people who are better equipped to figure that out.
All right, well, good. Well, good. Yeah. Whew, the things you find on the dark web, right? All right, so
relatable.
All right, my friends, we're gonna get to the part that I know some people have been waiting for. Now we're gonna I gotta get you on this side. I don't know where you went there. There you are. Wow.
The Shoeman.
All right. Hey, I know he took him out. All right. So this is the area. I'm going to put this photo up here just because. Bow. This is the time of the show where we're going to let fans ask 4 questions. I got about 10 of them that they sent in, but I picked out 4. I picked out the best 4 in my opinion. So these are going to be for you to answer for the fans. All right. So first one, we got King Jody. Who was actually on the show not that long ago. But his question is, how nervous were you in last season on LFG, and who would you like to face in the WWE ring?
To answer the nervousness question, very nervous. Like, I think the first episode, like my first match, was probably the most nervous I've ever been for any match. Just in terms of like all of a sudden being thrown into it without really knowing what was going to happen. And also, I think I touched on this last time. I didn't talk about it really on the show, but I had just found out that I had pneumonia. So I was very nervous about like if I was gonna like pass out or whatever during the match. But yeah, I would say the most nervous I've been for any wrestling event or anything like that.
That wasn't the match where you actually got knocked out, was it?
No, it wasn't. But interestingly, when I woke up from that knockout, I had thought that I just passed out from the pneumonia, because I still was like getting over it at that time. So I was trying to tell people like, no, I'm fine. I think I just like passed out. But then I saw the tape and I was like, oh, I did not pass out. Yeah. All right. In terms of who I'd like to face in the ring, though, I think that ever since we got to meet him and have him evaluate one of our matches, I think Gunther would be a really good matchup.
Oh yeah, I could see you getting the crazy eyes over a chap real
Definitely.
quick.
Definitely.
Real quick. All right. So thank you, King Jody, one more time for your question. Second question comes from KJ. If I think you've met KJ before.
I
She's
have, yeah.
she's been to a couple of house shows. If you could join in on any storyline right now on the main roster, I'm assuming, or NXT, what would it be and why?
So this is an interesting one. And the reason for this, yeah, I'm sure you can probably guess, but when Bronson Reed first started taking Roman Reigns shoes, that was like right around the time of me stumbling upon the Shoeman stuff, and I was like, dang, I know what it feels like to have a man mess with your shoes, and I'm not a fan. So I think that's one I would like to jump in and maybe send him a few pairs of shoes or something.
I don't know if he wants that shoe to
Yeah,
follow.
I don't think so. I don't
a little
think
tainted.
so. Yeah, a little smelly.
Yeah. All right. Question number 3 comes from my boys at the OPay 3-Way Podcast. Great guys from the Midwest and Canada. So what is next in your series of dark web adventures now that the Shoeman had to come to an abrupt halt?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I'm probably gonna post a video about that pretty soon. But with the Schumann stuff, kind of having to take a back seat for for reasons. I think that I would be open. I kind of feel like a lot of my series have given the dark web like a bad reputation. I mean, the dark web definitely has a bad reputation in itself, but I kind of want to just show people like more legitimate reasons to use it for like cybersecurity and how you can use it to protect yourself from like data collections and things like that. I might also do just something where I say like, okay, pick like anyone in the comments can pick something that's legal, and I will show how like you could purchase it with cryptocurrency via the dark web and do it anonymously just because it's like a cool thing to learn about. So yeah, I think that's gonna be next.
One day you're gonna go from like a Bray Wyatt character to JBL, and it's gonna throw people all the way up. It's gonna be insane. Imagine the Undertaker walking on a business suit.
Right.
That'd be pretty nice. But all right, I like it. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I guess that kind of leads into this last question we got here. From Rex the Barber. Shout out to Rex the Barber. Fast forward to retirement. You've accomplished all your current goals and you're doing well. What would you be doing with yourself in old age?
Oh, that's a good question. So one thing that's always been on my bucket list is I've always wanted to like live off grid. So I think that long term I really want to try to be able to like homestead. But probably right after I retire, assuming that I'm young enough or able-bodied enough to make it happen, I would really love to try to like live completely off grid for like a year, like whether that be go to like Idaho or Alaska or like somewhere very much in the boonies and just try to like build a shelter and fish and like really like try to do it myself, you know what I mean, and try to last through like a winter. That's always been on kind of one of the things that I want to do while I'm here on Earth, is just try to really go out into the sticks and rough it. So I think that would be my goal, and then after that, probably try to just convert like a home or something to be able to function off grid and just disappear.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I like it, man. Hey, introverted extroverts,
right?
Gotta appreciate them.
Right?
Sometimes you just don't want to be around people.
Yeah.
But heck yeah, man. But yo, thank you so much for coming on the show again. I appreciate you taking the time out of your crazy busy schedule to be here, chat with me about some hilarious stuff, some inspiring stuff. So I guess if you got one more message to whoever your opponent is for the finals of LFG, if you got a message for him, this would be a perfect time to let him know the Shiloh Hill's coming.
Get ready to feel that thunder.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he's got to say, man. Get ready to feel that thunder, ladies and gentlemen. But yo, thank you so much. This is Shiloh Hill, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another episode of NXT with NaJee, a part of the Whip Show and Bodyslam.net. Whip Show stands for the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders Podcast. That's right. So make sure you guys tune in next week on NXT for the NXT Showdown versus TNA. Crazy stuff, man. I already know whose side you're on. If you could pick, actually I don't. If you could pick a side, you TNA, you NXT.
NXT, baby, all the way.
That's right. Well, yo, I appreciate you guys. It's been real. I'll see you guys next week. Shiloh, thank you again for being here, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Life is for the dreamers like me. Journey down the stream.